AM 560, The Answer.
You know what, Squirrel? You remind. Let's hear. This is how stupid you can be. You know, the Democrat Party, really, a monument to the stupid, to the thieves, to the criminals, and to the rapists. And we didn't even get to Chicago yet, but it's almost amazing. This is a representative in America. Ron Johnson, not to be confused, or I'm sorry, Ron Harris, not to be confused with Ron Harris from Barney Miller, which had the best song in all of television.
And this resolution just reminds those that this is something that should not be negotiated. Yes, politics, and there are some areas where we can talk around it, talk through it, negotiate, but this is one area that should not be negotiated. This is like negotiating with someone with how much air they breathe in. This is, healthcare is a basic right, just like the air.
Healthcare is not a basic right, especially if the citizen or human being is a scumbag. You're entitled to reap what you sow. You're entitled to pay the ramifications of your actions, lowlife. The idea you take 50% of the working man's money to pretend you're providing things when that particular scheme of Obamacare is the largest unmitigated failure set up that would make Somalians blush for just the thievery that we know takes place.
A new report by the Government Accountability Office, which I haven't seen too much written about yet, you should look into that. It is an eye-opener as well. It makes clear why it would be a dereliction of duty to just extend subsidies without massive reforms to them. Okay, over the last 2 years, this is investigators at the Government Accountability Office. Okay, they submitted 24 fraudulent applications for the ACA subsidies, the Unaffordable Care Act subsidies, Obamacare. Okay, of the 24 fraudulent applications that they created intentionally to just see what would happen, 23 of them were approved.
So out of the 20 million illegal aliens that were never entitled for any of the benefits, that applied for Obamacare, does that mean 19 million got it? Or 19.9 million? You decide. Al in Rosemont.
Hey, Shaun. You know what? When Barack met Michelle, he walked up to her and he said, "Hey, big hands, I know you're the one," because he was high as a kite. Okay?
I'm telling you, man, I don't know how dark that lounge was or that tavern, but man, oh man, whew, it had to be 3 in the morning.
But I want to say this about other entities outside of EBT, Sharks, Baba's, J&J Fish, and all these gas stations are funneling money back to Hamas every week, and they need to be stopped with Western Union.
Al,
those are my thoughts.
How old were you? And I'm dead serious about this because I know how old I was. How old were you when you first learned of, back then when I learned of it, it was called food stamps, of the food stamp hustle in these corner grocery stores in bad neighborhoods paying 50 cents on the dollar? I, myself, was 16. How old were you?
Well, in the 70s, they wasn't doing it. They wasn't pilfering the system like this. This came about when all these drugs washed ashore and people started doing anything to do anything.
That's the 90s, yeah? You're right. Yeah, thank God we're old enough to remember before the 90s, Al. Really. Thank God. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now it's just open and notorious thievery, and nobody cares. This document, this expose, this news expose, this fracking thing is 10 years old.
Even with USDA's alert system, Glassman insisted the massive SNAP program with 263,000 retailers and 7 million transactions a day is an enormous challenge to monitor.
It would be. Then you can't do it. Then you cannot do the function you said you could do, like every other scam the government perpetrates, the largest corporation of nonsense. George in Naperville.
Yeah, Shaun, does Bush's Country Corner have a company mascot like Cracker Barrel?
No, it's like that Buc-ee's. Instead of a big chipmunk, it's a big rat pirate thief. And he just steals your money when you walk in. Al in Wisconsin.
Hey, Shaun, how you doing again, bud? Hey, I got to tell you again, God bless you. I love your show. You're awesome.
You're the one.
You're
Thank
around.
you. Thank you, babe.
I just want to get this off my chest. You know, I've been going through a lot of medical issues, and insurance is denying treatments, and I'm paying $800 a month in insurance, but we're supposed to give free insurance to these
Al, I know what you're going to say.
I'm not here. And what? I'm sorry.
No, I know what you're going to say, and it's infuriating, Al. It's infuriating, and the worst part about it is it was an Illinois politician. His name escapes me, from Lake County, I believe, who informed the Illinoisans that the illegal aliens get the Cadillac plan for nothing. They pay nothing.
And I'm $15,000 in debt right now because of this. And I'm supposed to give it to them and give them free insurance?
So
no.
Here's the play, though. Do you know why that he's not even literate. That illiterate Ron Johnson, Democrat congressman, says it's a right? It's because he's going to try, as a party of swindlers, are going to try to take advantage of the failed system and your anger. And they're going to try to convince people who know better to go along with the scheme of government-supplied, universal, single-payer care, which is what we have now, by the way. But that's why the play was to break it first. See, the play is always to break it first. And then through the anxiety of decent people who are taxed their whole fracking life, who end up with the ramifications, well, you give it to people who never deserved it or it was intended for. Now you take over the entire industry. And don't let that happen, Al. As aggravated as you are, the answer isn't to double down on government control. The answer is to go back before government even had the balls, the audacity to even pretend they had the right to get in the health insurance business or the health care business.
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
Al, I know it sucks, but you got to hang tough, man. You got to hang tough and work it out. Here's the thing with the doctors, with the hospitals. Call them up on the side and say, listen, I'll give you 20%. Offer and compromise the debt. Don't go through the fracking insurance. Call the health care provider. I'll give you 20% of what you're trying to get from the insurance company. Erase my debt. You'd be surprised how many take it. You'd be surprised. All right?
I appreciate that. And you have a Merry Christmas and God bless you, man.
You too, brother. You and your family.